Hello, hello, Facebook. My name is Shamina Taylor, and today we're going to meet with one of my clients, Elsa. Been in my mastermind for, should be able to tell you exactly the amount of time, but it hasn't been that long, and I thought you guys should hear about her success. A couple of things that have been going on with my mastermind is women are having extraordinary results, and I feel like it's time for everybody to hear them. So if you're coming on, please show me some love. Give me a love, a heart, say hello. And if you got any value from this, I'd love to hear it too. And let's just celebrate Elsa and where she's at and what she's doing. This isn't, one of the last minute things, but I figure when we overthink things, we never take actually, the action towards it. Hey, Elsa's here. Okay, I'm gonna bring her on right now. Let's just get started right now. So I'm bringing you on, Elsa. Okay, Elsa is in Australia too. I have a lot of women from Australia, England, Dubai, Singapore, women from all different areas of the world, Canada, United States, in my mastermind. We've got a really global group of ladies in there. So as Elsa's coming on, Elsa actually has been in my world for quite a bit. And when she made the leap to join, she said everything changed for her. Hey, Sash. Hey, Marie. So,
oh,
hello.
There we go.
Hello, Elsa.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Denise. Can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear us okay? Give us like a thumbs up. Give us some hearts. Can you guys hear us okay? Yes. Okay. All right. So, Elsa, how long have we been Facebook friends for, let's say?
I think a good 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
About 4 years? Okay. It's been a while. Can you guys hear Elsa pretty good? I can't hear her pretty good.
Oh.
Yes? Hang on. It could be me though. Oh,
can you hear me now?
If you can hear us okay. All right, so 4 years. What was the thing that made you go, you know what, I need to start working with Shamina? Like what was I gotta make a move. What was it? I know you only have a bit of time because you're a busy woman, so I want to make sure I get everything in here.
Do you know we are so in alignment? I was actually sharing this story a couple of hours ago. We are so in alignment. I was saying to my coaching container that I've been friends with Shamina for some time, and then all of a sudden I saw a post, and you were the 7-figure version, and I'm going, hey, what happened? Like, what? She's 7 figures, and I remember reaching out and to you and saying that I wanted to find out what you were doing, and you added me into your free group, and I started watching you in your free group, and I'm going, wow. Like, and some of the messaging that you were, on your personal page and also through the free trainings really hit home. Like, I had been triggered and experienced the same thing over and over and over and over again, and I never ever knew how to actually move. I didn't know how to fix myself. I thought there was something wrong with me. I just thought this was just the way that I was, right? But then when I started listening to you, and then I went, oh, wow, like she was me. Like, she was experiencing the same things that where I was, and I'm going, oh my God, I need to work with her. so that's how this all came about.
I love it. I don't think people realize the things that they live with on a daily basis, they don't have to live with them. People do a lot of mindset work, but the deeper work is like what controls the mind is the emotions and how we're feeling. And so when you don't deal with the stuff that's on the inside, well, it's going to come out everywhere, right? So since you started working with me, what's changed in your life? When I say me, I say us, because the container and the mastermind, the programs, what's changed in your life? What are the amazing things that have happened for you?
Like everything.
And it's not just monetary things. Elsa doubled her income. She's done so well, but it's not just the 70 something thousand dollars a month, but what else is it that massive changes? You've had massive changes in such a short period of time in your life.
Just even with me being able to understand how to journal and process things. Do you understand? Like, through your systems. Before, I had no way of knowing how to deal with things. I was just reactionary. I was just someone that was just constantly triggered. I didn't know how to go to the next level. I didn't understand, what it meant to be, to, like, for example, one of the ways that I know now that I need to be in the feminist energy is when I start to control, when I want to control things, when I'm feeling like I need to take better control, I have lack of control. I recognize that now as a way of, okay, I need to take a step back and just trust, right? And I literally tap into my feminine energy and I just go and do something that I really want to do, like getting my nails done, or, just sitting back. And,
tonight.
and, but before, I used to be like in my masculine energy. If I felt like I wasn't producing my results, then I'd do more. I double down on my activity. I double down on my focus. I would work longer hours. And so, of course, by me doing that, I was pushing it away more. Whereas now it's like, you know what, I've done enough. I trust that I've done enough of the work, and I, still show up, but it's with an element of knowing. I can't explain it. And all of that has come about because of the journaling work that I've done, recognizing some patterns and behavioral patterns that I had that weren't serving me with where I want to go. Meditation, like sometimes, because of time limitations, I don't meditate, and instantly just my energy is just off, right? But the minute that I meditate and I get into a state of, I call it like a filtering process, getting rid of the junk, right? And I'm just centered. And I never used to do this before you. Like I never used to journal. I never used to meditate. I never used to really tap into my intuition and understanding, like, hey, I need to take a step back now because I've done more than enough work to be, and trust the process that this is all working in my favor, right? Like the universe is conspiring in my favor. I used to always think that, I just had to work more, and that's part of my programming in my childhood. But I suppose that was the reason why, I love my parents, but maybe that's why they were capped, because they just kept working more and more and more and more and more. Whereas it really is a process of, give and receive, right? Give and, and, but it's just been a profound transformation. And that's also transferred into the way that I look, right? Because now I also dress as my next level version. And I'm just, what I used to see in my mind is who I am right now, right? In terms of glowing and my face and confidence. And, I just look at my photos from this time last year, and it's just a profound difference in the way that I look, the way that my eyes are sparkling. It's just a complete transformation.
I love it. I remember when you started working, before you started working there, you're like, I'm listening to your wealth meditation every day and I'm crying and I have no idea why I'm crying. And I remember when you joined the mastermind, like, I don't know why I'm still crying, but I'm like, all the stuff was coming to the surface that needed to come out. You needed to move that stuck energy in order for you to get into that flow of your power. That's where alignment comes from. So, I mean, you're well, I don't want to say all your wins, but you're buying a new home, you switched your
Yep.
jobs, your
Yep.
companies, you just took your family on a vacation in London. I mean, like,
Yep.
what else is happening in your life? I mean, the home is a big deal.
Yeah. So we bought this our dream home. The way that it came about, it was all divine, right? We've purchased another 2 investment properties as well since I started with you as well. I don't know, just money pops up. I can't explain it, randomly, right? And I don't have a fear of not having enough. And like I said, if I start getting into a little bit of that inner voice, the control thing, I just take a step back. I recognize, right? And I don't have a fear of letting go, of investing in myself. I remember when I was investing in your container and I had the credit card and I'm like this, but I knew I had to do it. I knew that this was my moment where I was going to back myself and commit to whatever you put forward. And
You do the work, Elsa. You do the work. Access in the Quantum is like the first program I have everybody go through in my mastermind. And also is like, tell us what you think about that program.
Oh, honestly, all women need to do this program, and men too. But I'm just saying, like, I know that once we get to a certain age, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail about this, but I know once I hit 40, it's like you feel like you're just stuck and you're not moving and your time is limited, and you just keep recreating the past over and over again. If I didn't do that in my 20s, if I didn't do that in my 30s, if I didn't make a mistake, if I didn't marry that person, you know, and you're just constantly regurgitating over and over again these past mistakes. And so that's why you keep recreating them in the future. But by doing the course, I realized what I was doing to myself, but also recognizing why my patterns kept showing up over and over again. I never forget module 3, unit 3 of the very first one. And you talked about triggers and inner childhood trauma. And honestly, it was the most profound moment. I'm just sitting there going, so there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me. And I was just crying and crying and crying.
I cry when you say that. I feel like emotional because there's nothing wrong with us. It's just
there's nothing wrong with me. Like,
yeah.
This is something that I can change. This is something that I can work on right now. And I never forget that. I looked at Olaf and I went, wow, like I can do this, right? And honestly, doing the meditation, and I've done that meditation many times over since, where I go back to my young self and I hug myself, my younger self, and I say, you know what? I got this now. I got this, right? Honestly, I hope that anybody that has childhood trauma can experience that level of freedom and being able to have deep breaths. It's a freedom. It's like being free from this burden that you've carried your whole entire life, but you don't know how to release it or how to let go of it. That's how much of a profound effect that course had on me.
That's amazing. How do you show up now in your life after going through this? I mean, like, what is your business like, and what's your relationships like? I know you got to jump off real quick soon. What's your
Yeah,
relationships like, and where are you now? Like, had you not taken this, had you not started with my mastermind, where do you think you'd be? I'm asking you a lot of questions because I want to get it all in, but where do you think you'd be?
I wouldn't be scaling my coaching business to 7 figures, that's for sure.
I'm so proud of you. I can't believe, like, 7 figure that's coming this year. It's amazing.
I wouldn't be, I definitely wouldn't be in a position where I'm actually thinking about wealth creation and having a really good relationship with money, because I was financially bankrupt. Having that relationship with money and saying these money more is coming, right? There's more than enough, right? I know that the universe is conspiring in my favor, and I don't know, and really believing it though. Do you understand? I wouldn't be this version right now that feels calm.
Yeah.
I've reached a level of calmness that I've never had before, right? Whereas, a year ago, 2 years ago, I was constantly triggered and on edge and full of anxiety, not knowing how to really tap into happiness. And I believe that with all the work that I've been doing with you, I can finally be happy. Do you understand? Like I've not been happy for the majority of my life, but having this fulfillment, this sense of contentment. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't explain it, but it's a level of calmness. And because of that, I'm a better wife, I'm a better mother, I'm a better coach, I'm a better leader. And a better daughter to my parents as well, because I don't have this baggage where I'm carrying this around and like being like the victim. And that's been a tag that I've really worked hard to let go of, is feeling like everything has happened to me, when knowing that everything has been by design to help me evolve into this version so I can go and help people, right? And but it hasn't happened. It all happened because of the work, your container, being in that safe container where you can talk about things and seeing that other women are experiencing similar things. You feel like I'm not alone, and doing the work with accessing the quantum through emotional mastery. I know you need to do the work to get the result, but if you didn't share that blueprint, there's no way that I'd be having this conversation with you right now.
Wow. You do feel so calm. You feel so powerful. Now doing this, well, before I ask this, now that
Yep.
you've done this, where do you feel like has opened up for you? Yes, you said seven figure stuff. We had this conversation before. I asked you, would you been able to see or know that you could scale to seven figures prior to this? And I mean, you just said yes, but where do you
I mean,
see yourself growing now that you have this emotional intelligence and this like healing that's going? Like,
yes.
where do you see opening up for you? Like, how do you feel like having moved through this has opened up for you? What's next from it?
Yeah, what I meant when I shook my head is I would never have been able to achieve that. Do you understand? Like I would never have seen it. I would never. But going through your work, I can see it. Going through your container, I can see it. Right. For me, I always had like a vision in my mind of how I wanted to live, and showcase the world to my children and leave a legacy. I'm actually kind of living it right now. Like
You
not
are.
to this, like I picked up and organized a trip to the UK within 2 weeks with no fear, booked accommodation with no fear. Like there was money in the bank. More is coming. Yesterday I paid the balance on, 2 leather armchairs with no fear. Like I'm not afraid about feeling lack or anything like that. In terms of where I'm taking my business, I just think, multiple seven figures is a real thing. So it's a reality. It's happening. It's coming.
It's happening.
And for me, I don't know. I know that everything is going to happen. Everything that I play in my mind, it's coming.
Because it's happening
And
now.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
You've
Like,
told me you were brought up in really deep poverty and you had a
yes,
very poverty mindset and it was really hard for
yes.
you. And how do you feel like you've rewired that mindset since you've been working with me? I mean, you did say you don't have this fear about money anymore, but where do you believe about wealth and money now that we've been working together?
It's available to everybody. It's available to everybody. It's how, if you open your eyes and you can see what's available to you, right? And it's a process of removing some of the filters that you've been brought up with, like conditioned
Yeah.
with. And it's through that inner work that you remove those filters and you go and you really see what's available there versus what you've been conditioned to believe that's your cap, that's your limit. I've been, like once upon a time, I thought I was born poor, so there's only so much that I'm going to be able to achieve because I lived in, um, uh, a working class family. So, there was only so much that I could achieve. But now, being born poor, I had two dining chairs as my bed for the first 18 months of my life, right? Financially bankrupt in my mid 30s, divorced. So on paper, I probably wasn't destined to be able to then build a multiple six-figure in sales and income coaching business from scratch within 12 months, right? But it's because I've been able to remove those filters that remove the perceived limitations that you see that it's available to you if you just show up.
And what was your high? Can you say this? I don't know if you can tell me, but you had your highest cash month since you've been in my container, right?
Yeah, 69,000.
$69,000 from a woman who said that she was bondage of poverty. Not a lot of people even make $69,000 in a year. I mean, that's amazing, Elsa. I absolutely love it. Would you say that you got your investment back in being in this container? I have to ask. These are like the questions I tell you to ask. I'm gonna ask you.
100%. 100%. Like I will tell everybody, like you have to, if you feel it, especially everybody should do it, but especially if you're in a moment in time where you know deep down in your heart and your gut you're destined for more, but you don't quite know how to move. You don't know, you're feeling stuck and that you're having the same patterns, the same situations show over, and you're making the same decisions that are poor and they're poor choices and not in alignment with where you want to go. That tells me that you've got patterns or behaviors that you need to break down and understand why that's happening. And that's more than just recognizing. You actually have to understand, where that stemmed from for you to be able to move on. That doesn't happen just like that. That has to be, information and work that, for example, like a course, and like Shamina's course is like it's more than just that. There's just so much. It's the journaling, like healing trauma, trigger work, money mindset, for me, understanding the bit about money, about how more is coming, and just having a level of comfort around when you hand over a 4-figure check for investment and not feeling fear, that's a big thing,
It's
right? Because
huge.
so many people get scared about investing 3 figures or 2 figures, right? But not having fear around it, it's because you understand how money works. You understand the energy of money. You understand how you can actually get that back, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not saying return on investment, how that's going to come back to you tenfold.
Tenfold. I love that. I love that. What would you say about the mastermind and the women that are in it, like just the community itself?
Honestly, proximity is power, right? If you want to level up in life, first thing you need to do is assess your environment, and that includes the people that you surround yourself on a daily. So if you want to get yourself wildly uncomfortable and level up, surround yourself with people, with women who are playing at the levels that you want to play at, because that's going to force you to develop habits, thought processes, patterns, the way that they show up, and you will be that next person that adopts the same sort of mannerisms, the way they think. There's just something about tapping into how they operate that you can't just get free. You have to actually be part of a mastermind. And I know Think and Grow Rich, that was one of the things that helps you to develop wealth is, Napoleon Hill said, get yourself into a mastermind. And I believe this mastermind is profound. Like, it's absolutely next level.
Amazing. Elsa, tell everybody what you do and how they can come follow you or reach you. Like, tell them what you do. And I should have done this in the beginning. I apologize, everybody. So you know she's amazing. But I just want to. I knew we had short little bit of time, so I was like, I'm not right into it. But just tell everybody what you do
Yep.
and how they can. You were in Forbes recently. You were in the top 100 entrepreneur. Wait, what were you in recently? You were in so many
Yeah.
publications. You're on stage speaking everywhere. I can't keep up with you. Like you're
I
just
am going to
like
be in
next
Forbes
level.
though.
She's always doing something. I mean, it's amazing watching this woman like literally light up and just when she gets an idea, she just goes and does it. So when she says she
Yeah.
was in the do energy, she was really in that do energy. And a lot of women that I work with are always in that do energy. And it's like allowing herself to heal. I'm so glad, Emma, that you're able to like incorporate. It's not just getting into the be energy and have the energetics. In order to understand the energetics, you have to understand what's creating the energetic block and
Correct.
why you can't be in alignment. Energy is not just I'm going to decide to be energetic today and be happy and in alignment and my vibration is amazing. There's a deeper realm that has to happen in order for this to work. So tell everybody what you do, who you are, and how they can get to find you. Because I want people to go and love Elsa because she's amazing and her energy is positively amazing.
Can I just say really quickly before I say that my coaching clients have noticed a profound change in me. So much. They're just in awe of my transformation, and that they've seen a huge shift in how I show up as well. And for me, that's huge because that means that I'm showing them what's possible through my own work, but then I'm able to serve them on a deeper level as well. So
And we can
I'm just
feel you, Elsa, now. Like your heart is so open. It's like,
yeah
can you just feel her, everybody? Like, can you, everybody just give her some love right now? Because you can feel her. She's like, women who are online, you have to understand people have to connect to you. They have to feel you. But if you're in the
yeah
masculine, you haven't done the deeper work, they're not going to feel your heart or connect to
yeah
you. It's not, this is what's blocking you. It's that shield. And now she's in this
sure.
loving energy. And like, you can
Yeah.
tell she's just, look at her. She's just beaming. She loves herself. And this is such
Yeah.
a huge portion of it. When you're carrying on that
Yeah.
heavy energy, it's so hard
Yeah.
to love who you are, you know? Okay,
100%.
we can talk forever. I know you gotta go. I know you gotta go. So go ahead.
Yeah, elsamorgan.com. You can definitely, I just revamped my website. So elsamorgan.com, and you can connect with me there or follow me on Facebook and just send me a message. If I help women over 40 to be able to build businesses online, get them from the unstuck and get them moving again.
I love it. I love it. Look at you. You're just glowing. I love it. And your whole relationship with everybody in your life has
Yeah.
changed too. And it's just, I just love watching you grow. I'm always rooting for you. I believe in you. And thank you for giving me your time and going over because I know you have commitments and you're just one busy lady. I hope you
Thank
guys
you so
enjoyed this
much.
live. And if you have any questions for Elsa, message her or for me, message me on ways to work with me. If you want to join the mastermind, I also have a VIP
Do
day coming
it.
up in Vegas, and we have another Aussie in our mastermind that's coming to
Yes.
visit me for a VIP day, and I have another woman, a couple other women are coming for the 3-day event. I'll talk more about my other things, but I want you guys to see that this work is possible. And what she said today was really important. Is like, I thought there was something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just stuff that you probably haven't even addressed or know that you need to address. And if you were like Elsa, where you're in that move, push, push, push energy and not knowing why you haven't reached that next level yet, there is nothing wrong with you, but there's just something that you need to break through and break free from. And that's where I can help you. And that's where I'm an expert at. So we help with strategy. We help with all of the things in your business, in your life, because you are the blueprint for your life. You represent whatever's going on in you is going to represent in your business. All right. Thank you so much, Elsa. Any last things you want to say to anybody before you get off?
Do it. Reach out to Shamina. Just get in there. Just make it happen. And I'll see you in the container. I'll see you in the mastermind.
Okay. Love you, Elsa. Bye.
Okay,
Take care.
bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining. Actually, since she jumped off, I want to say one more thing before we get off. Isn't Elsa amazing? She is. And Denise, have you seen her shift? Sonia, she hasn't had a huge shift. Actually, I do want to continue one more thing because I think it's important to express this, is that, a lot of us, when we're, offering our services and our gifts online, we have a certain thing that we want to share. We're like, this is what I can do. And I feel like when you hear from a client what they have gone through, your work, it's always the most powerful, because the client result is the one that speaks the most. My results are great, what I do, but when you hear from a client where she's at, if you resonated at all with Elsa, you're not alone. And there's nothing wrong with where you're at right now. But if you want to get to like that 7-figure, multiple 7 figures, and you want to get to the next level, if you want even the relationship in your life to improve, if you want to be in a position where you love your work, or you are in a place where you are not working 24/7, but you know the quality of the life that you have, because what I teach is lifestyle. It's not just, you are, have to work, because business and making money is amazing, but and money helps us have experiences. But if you are not enjoying the time and the energy that you're in while having this money, then what is it worth, right? Then what is the value to you? And if all you're doing is making money, then where's the balance in your life? I feel like you have to balance it all. Have the relationships, have the connections, have nice things, because I'm all about the nice things in life. I think that we should all be able to buy nice things. We all should be able to enjoy them. I teach you how to really shift that mindset. Elsa is, she was in a very poverty state when she came to me. She was thinking that money was so limited. And the moment that I realized that money was not limited, that was infinite, they're printing this shit all over. It's like all over the place. Money's everywhere. And when I see people just doing complete like template things, like this is how you have to make money, but they don't have the wealth consciousness to back it up, this is where we've got an issue. Because if you don't understand how money works, or the energetics of it, or how you can open up to receive more of it, then you could keep doing the same thing over and over again and make whatever you're making, which is great. But if you want to get to the next level, the extraordinary level, then things have to change. And the clients that I work with are usually like really powerhouse women. They're boss energy. They're, professionals, they're entrepreneurs. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're coaches, they're photographers, they're real estate agents. They're women that are very much in their boss energy. And the reason why they may hit a certain cap, hey, Natalie's come to see me in Vegas. Ooh, I can't wait for a VIP day. But Elsa was just on, and she's in Australia too. So when they're in that boss energy, it's not because that's their chosen. It's a default that they going into that default of that masculine energy to get things done, because they're high achievers. Their success is also a validation of who they are. I've been there. I have 3 degrees. I'm an attorney. I realize that, our accolades are really important. How we show up in life is so important. The things that we can do, we're doers, we get things done. But the thing that blocks us from creating ridiculous wealth, and this is what was a real switcheroo for me, to understand, was that leaning back after you've done the work and really understanding that you can start trusting and knowing that there's this wealth there supporting you. Like money is always going to support you, or you will attract the right clients. You will magnetize the right people to you. It all stems from your power. It all stems from who you're being. And this is what I think is taught, I suppose, in the industry, because they're talking about energetics. But the more powerful you are, the more in alignment you are, the more you are, the more truth you are, the more that you show up and you say you're going to do the things you're going to do, you are. That equates to a whole different type of energetics and alignment. So there's a frequency, right? And if you don't acknowledge that this frequency exists, then you're really missing out on a lot of wealth out there. And if you're just doing the things over and over again and living life and maybe making mistakes over and over and over again and just thinking they're going to get a different result, they call that insanity, right? But it's like you're doing yourself a disservice. There's another way. Like I see some really high figure, 8-figure earners out there that have scarcity mindsets. They live in lack. They are not in abundance because they're only in the do energy. So they have a lot of turnover with their clients. They have a lot of turnover with their staff. They can't keep support because they're in the scarcity lack mindset. So when they're like that, they cannot have proper support coming in because they don't trust that people are always going to be there for them. So guess what? They do everything themselves. So what happens? They micromanage everybody. So what happens there? Are they in alignment? No, they're not in alignment with their power because they think that they can't hire people to do the job for them. So they do everything themselves. This is why a lot of people that I work with start off in this perfectionist mode. They start off, and if you guys have ever been that person, share in the comments if you feel like you want to. But learning to let go and take messy action has been one of the top things that has really propelled me to success. I thought everybody made $1 million in this business when they started out. I didn't understand that that was something that was like, oh, you did that right, like your first, second year, like actually in 18 months. Yeah, I did. And I'll tell you why. It's because not just of the doing energy of putting things out there or selling. It's also because I did a lot of this internal work that we talked about on Elsa's video here. A lot about what is blocking me energetically from my beliefs, from my emotions. What is stopping me from being my truest, highest power of who I want to be? And what's stopping me from taking action in that energy? Because those are the things that can either make or break your income, your wealth, your success. So if you've got a running story about scarcity, right? And you think that you're living an abundant life because you can buy nice things, or you have, you can buy a really nice home or a nice car, you can still be in scarcity. You can still be in this lack. And usually it's because there's a pattern. And if people ever are complainers, or they're people take from me attitude, or this person did this to me, this person didn't do this to me, that usually is like a dead giveaway of where somebody is sitting, hey hero, is sitting with their mindset, but not just that, with their emotions. When their emotions are stuck in that state, guess what? They're blocking themselves because they think that their power lies where? On the outside, not within them. So while you can have a highly successful person, I'm telling you, like 8-figure earners are with this mindset because there's something that's unresolved within them that they believe that they have to live with over and over again. So it's like having this perpetual cut or wound inside of you, and you just keep putting band-aid over it over and over again, right? And so it just keeps coming out, and every time somebody touches it, it's like an ouch, but you keep performing. It's like a duct tape for your life, basically. You put duct tape on something, you can keep using it. But imagine if that you were able to get through and heal this, or you can repair this and find a different way. You don't have to have this constantly weighing on you all times. You'll actually forget this exists. But a lot of the times what happens with the women I work with, they're super powerful. They'll have these little things. They'll have certain parts of their life put together on duct tape. They'll have the deeper wounds that they just ignore, that they're like, well, it's not even there. And you know what? Their emotions aren't connected. So emotionally, they're not connected to what? Their body. So they're in their minds thinking all the time. They're in their human energy. This human energy is the energy that we're here being human beings. And this feminine energy is the quantum field. The human energy is our ego, right? It's here. And I'm not just talking men and women, because I mean men, but men do this too. This is because masculine and feminine is both, but it's not just the masculine and feminine energy. It's the root of where it's coming from. Why are you so much in your over masculine? Why are you over I can't think of the word right now, but it's over processing, overdoing. Why are you doing too much? It's not because of just of a masculine. It's because you're covering up something. You're in survival mode. There's something in there that's not resolved. So it's always this push, overcome. How do I get through this without thinking that you have to look at the thing that's staring at you, right? It's like right here. The moment that I started looking within, I saw that when I looked at the thing that I needed to face, things started shifting because I could go in. Perspective and awareness changes how you look at everything, right? As soon as you see something you didn't see there before, you're like, oh shit, right? How many people has that happened to? You're like, oh, I didn't even know I was doing that. I didn't even know that existed. I didn't even know that that was there. But then if you look at your pattern and you look at what's showing up in your life over and over again and you don't like it, you've got to look to see why. It can't be other people. The moment that you blame it on everybody else is the moment you do not have control or power in your life. You've literally handed over your power to somebody else. The more powerful you are in the way you be, the way you speak, the way you feel, the way you think, the way you show up, alignment, power, all of that is going to equate to a very successful life in business. Because guess what? When you're in your power, you trust yourself. You show up and you believe in the things that you're going to do. You hold your word to yourself. You're going to do that thing. Yep, because I know I can. It's not saying you're going to do something and then you fall back on it because you believe in yourself. Power comes from that, right? Creating wealth, knowing that there's so much wealth out there and that you are entitled to it. You can have it. It's yours just because. That's power too, right? Alignment for energy is our power too. So what are the things that you haven't done today or this month? I'm going to challenge you. What are the things you haven't done that you should go do? Because I bet you said you're going to do a couple of things and you haven't done it yet because there's something better to do. Maybe it was a Facebook Live. Maybe you didn't feel like going online. Maybe you see another coach or mentor doing something. You're like, well, they don't do that. I don't need to do that. Do whatever feels good to you, because when you tap into your emotions, they're there for a reason. The more that you can feel here is a more connection to self. This is the thing that comes from your soul, right? Do what feels good. Don't do what you think is right out there. You have to do what feels good to you. And a lot of the times, like I said, the women I work with, they're so closed off to their emotions here. So they use their head. They think through everything. Well, this doesn't feel like it's going to be good. What the possibility or probability of that outcome? I don't think that's good. I don't think it's going to be a good result. You don't know the outcome of what's going to happen. You absolutely don't know. You know how you're playing it out in your head based upon the parameters of the things that you know right now. I always say you don't know what you don't know until you know. So there's things that you're not going to find out until you take action on them, or until go through them, or until you explore them, and so you can shift your perspective about what's available for me, right? And it's scary as hell. That's why not a lot of people are successful, and that's why I figured out that's why a lot of people don't even make $1 million. I know people in this industry, they've been here like decades and they still haven't made $1 million, like, or they say I made $1 million in like 8 years. Okay, that shit doesn't count. Come on now. Come on, you gotta make $1 million in a year at least. They have a broke 30K a month, 50K a month, or I mean, I'm not talking to you guys, but I mean, there's people out there that haven't done that. And and then I see women out there that are making $800,000 in 20 days. It's what do you believe to be true, and where do you stand, and how do you show up in that, right? So there's a couple of things coming up. I have a money program because I'm deciding I'm going to do it. I'm going to teach you how to really bring in fast cash, and that's going to come dropping tomorrow. Now, I'm going to tell you a bunch of things that are going on in my world, because if you're not in my world yet and you've been thinking about it, this is the time to come in, because all the prices are going up June 1st. My mastermind, June 1st, all the price for the mastermind is going up. So send me a message if you would like to find out more information about it, or you think you're ready. Actually, no, only if you're serious. Don't come to me if you're finding more information, because that means you're not ready. And I want yes women who are ready. Okay, next. I have a 3-day event in Vegas. I'm going to be there on the 15th or the 12th, 13th. And I've got a 3-day event from June 15th. Is it 15th? 16th to the 18th. You want to have a fast track intensive. We're going to work on your mindset. We're going to work on your business. We're going to work on your energetics. We're going to work on your emotions. We're going to get you into a state that is so intensive during these 3 days that when you leave there, you're going to already be making money in the 3 days. We're going to take action, because I like results. I love having an ROI, and it's such a low investment. It's only $5,000. And this is something that I'm not even going to sell you on the price because it's ridiculously low. I'm so excited you're coming, Denise. But if that is a lot of money to you, then it's probably not the right thing for you for 3 days. And then there's a VIP day. A woman just contacted me today. She's probably going to take the second VIP day, but I have that one is already taken in Vegas. Now, I have another program. It's called the High Ticket Client. Now, the thing that helped me, you see my award over here? I got the ClickFunnels $1 million, what is it called? The two comma award. It's got to go on the wall somewhere, but we're painting the walls. But what are you doing right now that's not attracting in the right high-end clients? Now, you might be making quite a bit of money, but what if you had to work less to make that same amount of money? And what if you attracted clients in that are paying multiple 5 figures for your work? Are you in this position where you know how to attract those types of clients? Are you creating those types of offers in your business? Is it turning in, converting in to the money that you want? Now imagine, let's say you sold something for $25,000. One of your offers for $25,000. You had to sell 3 of those to make $75,000 for the month. And I'm talking cash, paid in fulls. 3, as opposed to having to work many smaller offers. Now, if you don't have that in your product suite or in a place where you have a place for people to ascend to that, that's something you need to work on. The high ticket client, it is on sale. Message me for the link. You can jump into that. We start at the end of the month. But it'll be a game changer in how you go about really running your business. For me, I had only 2 offers for a long time. And a lot of people thought that wasn't the right way to do things. And some people thought it was the right way to do things. I made $1 million with 2 offers. It's possible. So, it's not that you can't, it's the way you structure your business. Now I'm looking to make, millions of dollars. So yes, there's more offers coming out, but I worked maybe 6 hours a month and I made $1 million. And I know some people are like, what is she talking about? It's true. Now, it's the way that you set up your delivery. If you're doing lots of one-on-ones, and that's great and you love that, super. But if you want to structure your business in a different way, having clients that come in at a higher offer, you're going to be able to restructure how you run your business. Now, it wasn't easy to always do that, and I'm going to show you a couple of things so you can start attracting the high ticket client. So, and the final thing is accessing the quantum, which Elsa talked about, goes up to $14.97 tonight. It's an introductory program into my life, into my work, and it is something that's going to be a game changer for you. It's $9.99. Sash, if you're on, maybe you can put some of the links for some of the things that are on sale inside the comments. If not, just message me and I'll give you the link. What else? I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tell me something that was a big takeaway. I'd love to hear it. Do you like my videos too? Should I do more? Let me know. I'm all about showing up. I mean, if you run your business, you should be showing up and sharing content, right? And we have a platform like social media. It's something that's so easy to come and share who you are and what you do. And if you're not utilizing it, why not, right? Yeah, that's it. So I missed some of the comments here. So let me know and I will help you. I love videos. I don't really want to jump off now, but this is like long and I could literally talk all the time. It's probably why I want my own TV show. But yeah, any questions? Show me some love and give me some hearts. And if you want to share this video, go ahead too if somebody needs to watch it. But if you enjoyed this, let me know. And if there's something that you want to talk about, I love your videos. Aw, I love you, Denise. But and Denise is like a badass powerhouse too. I mean, you're killing it too. Like she literally just signed like 5 clients in like a week or 2 days. I don't even know. She's in her power and doing the work. It's really amazing to watch these women have the click. When they have the click, it's like nothing can stop them. It's just like bam, on. Aw, Natalie, I love you. So I'll do some more videos. I'll come and do some more. I think sometimes we just feel like we have to prep so much for these things, and people hide so much around their words. When you get on camera and you don't have like a thing to follow, it's like, who are you and who are you going to be, and let people see the real you. To me, that's how I like to connect with people, is the truth of who they are. Are they real and raw, or are they going to just keep telling me shit I want to hear? Or are they going to be somebody who I actually can learn from and grow from? And did they walk the path that I've walked? Are they just selling me something they learned from another mentor or coach, or are they actually doing the thing that they've gone through? And I can tell you that if you're in my world, you'll know that the stuff that I teach is because I've gone through it and I go through it and I grow, and I'm always doing this work. It never stops. But truthfully, there comes a point where you can't just keep doing stuff. You have to just take a lot of action. and move through the things. And I truly believe we all get to be super wealthy without any conditions. I remember this girl just put a post up the other day, and she's like, and it was a great, nice post. And she was saying something about, you know, that's the last thing I'm going to say, but she was saying it's about wealth. And when you come on the 3-day, we're going to be doing an actual exercise to expand yourself around, well, actually a couple of exercises that's going to be very triggering, but it's going to also expand your wealth consciousness around money and luxury items and just how you show up. So she said something about, like, you know, somebody was complaining, or, you know, people always have an opinion online, right? Because you know what opinions are. And she was making a nice post about her friend who bought a nice watch. And she said that, you know, what if people liked nice things? They took care of them. You know, they were enthusiasts. They were this. And I was like, hey, that's amazing. But you don't need to be an enthusiast to want to have a nice car. You don't need to know shit about cars if you just want to buy a nice car. You don't need to take care of your handbag to buy a nice handbag. You just have to want it. And that's the thing I think that people don't understand about wealth is, like, you just have to want it. You have to want it. You know, I know a person who would make a lot of money and then nickel and dime the things that they really desired. And that to me actually puts a block on the flow of wealth into your life. If you really want something, but you're not going for it because you can find a cheaper version of it, you know, like, how does that make you feel to just limit and you're settling? And the moment that you start settling for something that's not really what you want, guess what happens? You get out of your power and you're not in alignment. And wealth doesn't flow to you. Clients don't flow to you. People don't flow to you. Nothing flows to you, because guess what? You'll stuck. You'll stuck. Like putty. And the moment that you start allowing yourself to feel things and you say, oh, I love this, I want that. I buy from desire all the time. I live from desire. The moment that I don't is when I stop myself from getting the things that I want. So a lot of the women that come into my space, remember, they were in their head, not so much in their heart, so not so much in their desires. And so they get stuck and they don't move. They're like, that doesn't make sense to buy that. I can't wait to share with you guys what the hell I bought recently. I mean, I keep getting emails from them like, oh, you know, congratulations, you made this purchase. I'm like, oh shit. But I'm the leader of this. I know that the moment that I gave them the money, it's like more money came into my life. I'm like having one of the biggest cash months I've ever had because I lived in my truth of what I want, right? And the moment that you stop allowing yourself to have the things that you really want is when you, like, block yourself. You turn off the tap for everything. And money is part of wealth. When I say wealth, it's not just money. It's like, it's, you know, love, success, power, all the things, right? And I do believe we get to have it all. It's whether or not we're open to receiving it all. I believe that the only person that really judges you the most is you. And when you are your own worst critic, you will block all the things that you want. Like, I shouldn't have that. That's too much. What will people think about me? I shouldn't buy that. No, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't believe we need to be humble, because I don't even think humble is a word. If you like something nice, buy it. You don't have to justify it. Flaunt it. I don't care. Someone else will, but you cannot care about what you like. You cannot buy things for other people. You buy them for yourself because it makes you feel a certain way, but never, ever stop yourself from having the things that you really want. And Shamina, well, what if you don't have the money? Start with something small and it turns into something big. You start giving yourself the small little things, and then guess what? Your normal will be, I get to have it. And things will start changing for you. You'll stop being in that lack mindset. You'll start going into abundance. And I'm telling you, people who make millions are in lack. They live in lack. They show up in lack. Their relationships are in lack. They have problems everywhere. It's something that it's unresolved little wounds. Get to the root of them and you don't have to worry anymore. Okay, so if you want to join my mastermind, the price is going up June 1st. Come message me right now. If you are thinking about the 3-day event in Vegas, listen, it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be luxe. We're going to be doing, it's going to be, I'm so excited. I mean, I have not been in front of people too. And when people come in my energy, they shift and change so quickly. And it's not just because you're in my energy. It's because we get to what you need to get done. I love having actionable things for people to do, but also having results right away. Also, so the 3-day, the high ticket client, you can buy that too. Oh yeah, people say don't offer more than one thing. You can confuse people. Don't listen to people. just do what you want to do. I literally been doing this the whole time. And I remember some people came from another program and they're like, oh, your secret is that you sell a bunch of things. This is what you've been doing for a long time. I'm like, well, not everybody wants everything I'm selling. I mean, one thing I'm selling, I'm a business. I have lots of offers, you know? So why would I limit myself to just one thing? So here we are. Anyway, so if you liked anything, you want to get the link for ATQ, which is Accessing the Quantum through Emotional Self-Mastery. Or if you want all my programs, the Quantum Portal is open too. So I love you guys. Any messages that you have for me, send them to me, questions. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.